Welcome to the Contour Like the Kardashians class. I'm Roseanne, and I'm so excited to walk you through some simple contour steps. And way to go, Sarah Pearson. She's already on and watching live. So make sure you put your name in the chat because tonight I'm giving away a cream blush. This is the blush, and it is called Blushing Pink, and it's gorgeous. If you love a cream blush, where it's so easy to apply with your fingers, that is the giveaway tonight. And we have a bunch of people hopping on. We have Amber. Welcome, Amber. We have Jan. So glad you're here, Jan. Rachel, welcome. Thank you so much for supporting Sarah. And we have Ashley on. Oh, love reading your comments, and so glad you guys are here. Welcome, Karen. Awesome. And I can see everyone's name so far. That's awesome. For those who might be brand new to this, if you haven't gone to streamyard.com/Facebook, that helps us if you're watching from Facebook to see your name. So yay. So I'm going to do a quick outline of how tonight's going to go. I will introduce myself a bit in case you haven't met me before. And then I'm going to showcase some products that help with contour. And then at the the next step, I'm going to do a drawing. And anyone who decides to order from their beauty consultant will get entered onto a wheel. And we're going to spin and find out, well, first of all, I messed that up. I hope this gives you hope. We're going to spin the wheel, and I have 5 giveaways on there. And so if you decide to order from your consultant, we're going to spin the wheel and see what the gift with purchase is. And then everyone who comments and says that they're on here, so there's no purchase required, but just commenting and watching and, supporting your consultant, I'm going to do this as the giveaway. So I'm like losing my brain tonight. Welcome, Holly. Oh, and Sherry's on. Yay. So glad you're here, Sherry. Thanks for putting your name in. And yes, Holly, love you. So glad you're here. So So, and then, the very end, I'm going to share our best kept secrets. So we'll get started. So I'm Roseanne. I've been building my Mary Kay business for 14 years. Prior to Mary Kay, I got my bachelor's degree in piano pedagogy. So I was teaching piano, finding a lot of joy in working with my students. But during the times when I wasn't teaching, I was bored and I felt like I should find some part-time job. Also, we were struggling with infertility and I just needed some positivity in my life. I think we all could use positivity in our life, really. But I especially needed it then. I got invited to a Mary Kay facial. I was a referral and I went and helped my friend Sherilyn. I didn't know her at the time, but now she's my friend. Helped her out with her contest. I fell in love with the products. That's one thing Mary Kay was so on point about. She wanted women to try them first, or in this case, we're not trying them, but we're learning about them way before they ever buy them, because she believed, in the normal world, people just buy stuff, buy it, then try and use it and maybe not even know how to use it. And so Mary Kay believed that women could have a lot more success with makeup and skincare if they got to try it first. And so thank you for supporting your beauty consultant, because that makes a world of a difference to her and her family and the goals that she's working towards. It also supports a company with amazing values. God first, family second, career third is Mary Kay's corporate company philosophy. Isn't that amazing? That's refreshing to have a corporation share that. And then they encourage us to grow spiritually, to grow physically, to make sure that we're improving in every area and aspect of our life. I just got back from a leadership conference with Mary Kay, and the CEO was encouraging us to grow spiritually. I'm like, you are so cool. I love that, because that is not normal for the business world, especially in the beauty industry. It's very worldly, but Mary Kay knows that to keep God first. And I love that. And that's why I am continuing on her legacy and passing that on. Welcome, Maddie. Oh, so glad you're here. Have you gone to New York yet? Can't remember if I think your trip's in February. So maybe it's coming up, but so glad you're hopping on. And Liesel, so glad you're here. So good to see you. You and your hubby are so stinking cute. I love the pictures you took around Christmas. So, oh my gosh. Adorable. Okay. So I'm going to, this is not one of my slides, but I thought how important it is for contour to start with the correct foundation. And in Mary Kay, That's one of our favorite parts, is helping you find the correct shade. So if you're not in love with your foundation shade, we want to make sure you are. So I always feel like the first step to good makeup is having a primer. This is our foundation primer. It's $20. This lasts me, I think, about 6 months. I tracked it at one point, like years ago, and I think I remember it lasting about 6 months. I just use a little bit more just in the morning. So it's just once a day. And I like to, once I squeeze it out, kind of dot it in the main areas and then blend it. And that way I feel like, you know, a little bit goes a long way, but if I just squeeze it out and put it right here, it kind of all goes there. But if I can kind of dot it in the main areas and blend, foundation primer, anyone who's tried this is like, I need this. It is. So if you have not tried it, make sure you get a sample or try it with your beauty consultant. And then we have a few different types of foundations, but these are my favorites. Our CC Cream Foundation. I know Maddie is in love with our CC Cream Foundation. This is more a lightweight coverage. You're not looking for a whole lot of coverage, but you just want a little. Maybe you're going to the gym or you don't have a lot to cover up and you just want to make sure that it's just a little more even. It also has SPF 15 in it, which is awesome. So that is great to have that extra protection from the sun. This is $22. And the Luminous Foundation, we have two different, more full coverage foundations. The Luminous Foundation helps with dry skin, and the Matte Foundation helps if you have more combination of oily skin. So there's different formulas of the foundation, and then there's ivory to bronze. There's so many different shades, so you can find your perfect shade. And one thing that's great for you as a customer or as consultants to know is your foundation has like a number by it, like, or a letter, like N stands for neutral. So maybe you tan, you burn and then tan, or you kind of just stay the same throughout the year. A W stands for warm undertone. So you tan easily, you have a warm undertone. And the C stands for cool, meaning you burn easily, you have a cool undertone. So that, when narrowing down foundations, that's always the first question I asked is do you burn easily? Do you tan? Do you stay about the same? And the neutral undertone can kind of be both. Like, I burn very easily. I'm an Ivory N160. And so, but I can wear a neutral undertone because sometimes once I've like, if I kind of work myself up gradually to a tan, I can tan, but and that's usually what I don't go for. As a teenager, of course, I tried to do that, but I don't do that anymore. I try and stay out of the sun. I love the sun, but I make sure I wear sunscreen. So yes, yeah, and Rachel says, I burn and then tan. Yes, I love the CC cream. Looks so beautiful and natural. Yep, Holly tans easily. You lucky duck. Yeah, I do not at all. My mom's a redhead. So, yep. And Susan, welcome. So glad you're here. I think you were trying to get into the Facebook group and I have to like approve things. And anyway, so I was trying to do that and talk at the same time, but I'm glad you joined on the YouTube link. Yay. Okay. So that's the foundations and primers. So that's the first, I usually do my eye makeup and then I do my foundation. And then we're going to pull up this and talk about the contour part. So, and let me get the banner off. Okay, so contour, and I know this is super tiny, so we can definitely post this in the group afterwards. A lot of it depends on your face shape. And so kind of looking in the mirror and seeing, do you have a pretty standard size face? Meaning like oval, and that's, I guess, kind of the ideal face shape is that oval shape. Do you have more of a round face? There you can see they use more bronzer towards the top. Do you have more of a square face? Also more bronzer at the top. Do you have more of a heart-shaped face? And the last one is a long face. And you can see on the long one, they use that bronzer at the very top because that's going to help make the face appear more oval. In fact, all of them are kind of gearing more towards the oval face shape. So that's kind of the first little, trick. If you're not really sure what your face shape is, it's probably the oval. I think it's kind of obvious if it's round or square. Heart shape is kind of a little tricky because it's kind of like oval as well. Just the cheeks are a little more defined. And then the long face, I feel like is pretty obvious as well. So that's Something to think about when I'm using, and I was going to have my stuff here, and dang it, I don't have it here for some reason. But let me kind of just walk you through the best way. In fact, let me grab a brush really quick. Because this will teach you. So one thing I love about Mary Kay is our brush collection. It comes with in this cute collection bag with 3 brushes, eyeshadow brushes, a big fluffy powder brush. And this is the brush we're going to talk a lot about. This is the cheek brush, which I use for my blush. I use it for my highlighter and my bronzer. So it saves me so much time. This is the last final steps after I've done all of my makeup. I even have my foundation on. I like to do my blush first, and I like to smile, and that usually helps you find your cheekbones. And so we have some of my favorite colors. This is Hint of Pink. It's a matte finish. Also Rosy Nude. These are the 2 blushes that we have that are matte. So there's no shimmer in them. Hint of Pink and Rosy Nude. I love both of them. In fact, right now I have Rosy Nude in here in my big compact that I use daily, but then I also have Hint of Pink in my travel one. And then I like to switch them back and forth. So also Shy Blush is really pretty and popular, and it has a little bit of shimmer in it though. The rest of them do. Like I said, those are the only 2 matte ones, Rosy Nude and Hint of Pink. But I start with the blush. This is just my demos, and so I'm not really going to be showing you too much, but you're going to just dip it right in the center of the brush. That's the best place for it to pick up. And then I like to smile and then just go in a circular motion, following those natural cheekbones. You don't want to get too close to, back here, but you don't want to be right up against your nose. So kind of just in the middle there. And you can actually, what I like to do, especially if you wear a darker color, is smile, kind of pat on both sides so you get the product evenly there, and then go in a circular motion and upward motion. Doesn't take too long. Then the next step I like to do is my highlighter. If you have lighter skin, like ivory to beige, the glazed highlighter is going to be the color you want to use. If you have bronze skin, the Honey Glow highlighter is going to be the best color for you. So we have 2 highlighters. So that makes it super simple when deciding what color is yours. So glazed is the color I use. And on this brush, you can see the very tip part is kind of pointy right there. That's where you dip the highlighter in. And with my highlighter, I use it right above where I did my blush. You can also, wherever you want to bring light, usually in the center of your face. And I'll pull back this so you can kind of see. But the yellow part is where they've used the highlighter. So you can see on the forehead, on the chin. Some makeup artists do it a little bit on the nose, just like on the tip of the nose. You can also contour and use bronzer on the side of the nose if you want to make your nose look skinnier or different. But that's a different topic. We're just worrying about the general face. And then, and they have it on the heart-shaped face. Maybe this picture's so tiny. Even though they don't show it there, I like to do a little bit of highlight right above where I put my blush, just a little. And the highlight does have a tiny bit of shimmer to it. It's not overly shimmery though. We have had some in the past that are really shimmery, it's fun, but I kind of prefer less shimmer. So then the bronzer. And with this one, let me flip back. If you have ivory to beige skin, latte is your color. So I wear latte. If you have ivory to beige colored skin, if you have bronze skin, cocoa is going to be your contour that you're going to use. And these last so long. Actually everything. The highlighters, the blush, years. Like I think these last me about 3 years, and I use it every single day. With the contour, the darker one, you're going to use the bottom part of the brush where it's the shortest, and just dip it right in the color. Just pretend I'm doing that. And then I pull my hair back and I go in a circular motion, kind of shaping and bringing in the face. You can also go right below the cheekbones, and then you can also go, and I do that in this order. I start at the top, blend, 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 go right here below where I put the blush, and then just a tiny bit down here just to have that final finish. And I feel like it really just finishes the look so well. And, you know, I've been using these products since my daughter was born, Josie, my youngest, because this is when they came out with these new highlighters and bronzers. I'm like, I got to try them. And I fell in love with it. And from that day forward, even in the hospital, after I had her the very next day, I did a complete makeup look because I was like, I'm just sitting here anyway, and they're bringing food to me. Like, this is nice. So, and it was so fun to like do a makeup look while I was in the hospital bed. So after I had her, not during labor, don't worry. But yeah, so that is the how simple and easy. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh yes, they're jealous of my mom. So Holly is her mom. Oh man, yeah, that's not fun that you got different skin, huh? Yay. And Diane is on. Oh my gosh, Diane, I love you so much. I love you. Thank you so much for being on. Cool. And Ashley says, I also like to add the blush as an eyeshadow. Yay. I've had my friend Hannah, sometimes she's on this. She does that too. When I'm having a low-key makeup day, adds a perfect amount of color that makes you look awake. Plus, it simplifies things too, right? It's just like your eyeshadow, your blush, all in one. So cool. Oh, thanks, Liesl. I'm sure there's someone who has been contouring while they're going into labor, but okay. So hopefully that gave you an idea of how simple, and my favorite part is it's one brush. You can get this brush individually. It's $14, or you can buy, if you don't have our brush collection, I highly recommend every woman has a good brush collection. This big fluffy brush I use actually as a final step because I have more dry skin. So I use our luminous foundation that's more hydrating. And so I use a pressed powder. I use Ivory 2 pressed powder, just so you have an idea of what color you might be. And I just swirl this in the pressed powder and blend, and it looks amazing. So I love that as a final. And this brush is super fluffy and soft. You can get the brushes individually. Each eyeshadow brush is $12. The blush brush is $14, and the big powdery one is $16. And I'm just doing it off my memory, so I'm hoping that's right. And you get the whole thing for $56, and that includes the bag. So that's, I feel like good tools are a big part of it. The foundations also, I forgot to mention, we have a liquid foundation brush. It rocks. It's our blending brush, $16. I clean mine about once a month. You can use baby shampoo. If you want to keep it really simple, you can buy that at the dollar store and just like gently, massage, get the shampoo out, or the shampoo out. The foundation out and the shampoo, rinse it really good. You'll have to rinse it multiple times. And I like to just do like lukewarm water. And then you want to get a towel and squeeze and really get all the water, as much water as you can out of the brush, and leave it to dry. So I usually clean my brushes after you put on your makeup so that they have a whole day, almost 24 hours before you're going to use it again. And we have, with the CC cream, you can just use your fingers. I feel like it's so lightweight. Yeah. And maybe Maddie, do you use the blending brush with your CC cream? I don't use CC cream. So I'm like, maybe people just use their fingers. I don't know. I use the more coverage one because I like it. And it's not like cakey or anything. It's super lightweight, but just gives more. And Sean is on. Awesome. I sometimes use the contour and the highlight and as eyeshadow. And I don't know that as eyeshadow, but that would work too. That's a great idea. I'm going to try that out. That's really cool. Oh, and yay, Maddie uses a blending brush, so it works with CC cream. Thank you. Okay, so as we wrap up, thank you so much for being on. We're going to spin the wheel and find out what our gift with purchase is right now. And like I said, there's no obligation to purchase something to be entered into the drawing. But if you are running low on a product, maybe it's skincare, makeup, or body care, your consultant would love to help and take care of you. And remember, we have 100% satisfaction guarantee. So yes, you learned about these specific products tonight, but you didn't get to try them. So the beautiful part is if you order something, you find it's not the correct shade for you, or maybe it's a skincare line, you feel like it's not the correct formula, we can refund your money or trade it for something else. And Mary Kay backs that up, so it doesn't come out of our pocket. So I love Mary Kay's 100% satisfaction guarantee. So let's pull up the wheel and find out what our gift with purchase is tonight. So when you order, and like I said, it doesn't have to be what we talked about unless you need one of the things we talked about. But like I said, blush can last a while, but maybe you're needing a new mascara or a new moisturizer or something. So let's find out what the gift with purchase is when you order from your consultant. And it looks like, ooh, 2 free samples with your order. Cool, 2 free samples. Love that. Awesome, awesome. And if you have certain samples you'd like in mind, just let us know. So awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to give you time to think about someone you'd love to refer to a free treatment. They can live anywhere in the United States. And we ask that they're over 21. And if you don't know this, but just make sure they don't have a consultant. But if you're not sure, we always ask when we're reaching out to people. So when you refer 12 women to your consultant, so you will just privately message these to her or text them or write them down on a piece of paper and text a picture and send it to her. So don't put the referrals in the group, but just privately send them to your consultant who invited you. And when you have 12 referrals, you can get a makeup item of your choice half off. So maybe it's half off a blush we just showed, or a highlighter or a bronzer. It can even be off of one of our foundations or foundation primer. So that's a really great savings. So I'll give you a chance to think about who you know that you'd love to refer. Like I said, I was a referral 14 years ago, and I'm so grateful for my dear friend Alyssa who referred me. So I'm going to play some music, give you a chance to think about who you'd like to refer. And this gives me a chance to get your names entered into the drawing. So if you're just joining us, make sure that you get your name in the chat. And welcome, Christy. So glad you're on here. Welcome, welcome. And Ruth, yay. I love seeing you. Oh, so fun. Okay, so I'm going to play some music, give you guys a chance to think about who you'd like to refer. Probably give you about 3 to 4 minutes as soon as I get everyone on the wheel. Okay. Hope that gave you a chance to think about who'd refer. I love Sarah's comment. I've done so many referrals. Like, I remember who I haven't referred. That's awesome. That is very true. You have been one of the most, I feel like out of all my customers, you have held the most parties and done every single treatment probably at least twice. And so many referrals. I appreciate you, Sarah. I love you from musician to musician. So awesome. So as we wrap up, I got all your names on the will. So make sure that if you haven't commented, that you comment. But I got everyone, unless someone snuck on here and I didn't realize. But as we wrap up, I'm going to share a little about the deals that we have going on and our best kept secrets. So let me pull this up. Here's our specials. We mostly talked about the Love Your Look, and that's the makeup section on the bottom. We talked a lot about the Flawless Face with our foundation primer, foundation, and foundation brush. So that comes in that set. We also talked about the brush collection, which that one's $56. I did have that price right. We also talked about some of the Dash Out the Door look. They have a blush in there. The blush is $14. And then in the finishing set, I didn't talk about these products, but these are also some of my favorites. I talked about the big fluffy powder brush. There's a translucent loose powder. So if you're really not sure what color you are, that translucent loose powder works on every single shade from ivory to bronze. It comes in a container. It's a loose powder. So I use a pressed powder and I'm ivory too. That translucent loose powder is any shade, but it's a loose powder. So that's the finishing set. But there's also a finishing spray in there, which I can't remember the company. It's skin, anyway, I'll have to go look that up. But basically, it's a well-known brand that's well known for a setting spray. And so you want to hold about 8 to 10 inches away from your face and do it like spray it like I'm trying to do the movements and you can't even see me. So spray your face like an X, and usually that's just good right there. But if you want extra, then you can do a T. Just make sure your eyes are closed. That would not be good to get finishing spray in your eye. And then I just like fan my face and let it like just set for like 30 seconds or so. Yeah, that's basically what we talked about. The highlighters and bronzers are $14. You can get them individually. And the blush is also $14 as well. And one thing I do want to show you guys, sorry, I usually have like my stuff all together and I've like completely spaced it, but I love our compacts. We have different sized compacts. We have a mini one that's, I think, $10 and it holds 4 eyeshadows, or you can hold 1 blush and 1 eyeshadow. I think most people just put 4 blushes in it though. But you could have your blush and your eyeshadow all in one. There's not a mirror in that one that I know of. I don't even use that one because I like bigger compacts. I love this compact. I feel like this is the perfect size because it can hold, in this one I have 3 eyeshadows, a blush, a highlighter, and a bronzer. Completely customizable. You can design your compact exactly how you want. You don't even have to fill it all the way up either. I've had customers buy the compact and buy a couple colors and then like add to it as they want. It comes with a mirror. It's super pretty. It says Mary Kay on it. And this is what I use when I'm traveling. We have a big one, which this is what I use in my everyday, and it keeps all of our eyeshadows, blush, highlighter, and bronzer in one spot. So I love playing with new colors and telling my customers, oh, these combinations go really well together. There actually hasn't been a combination I didn't like. I'm really happy with that. As long as you pick like a highlight, some mid-tone, and accent, that's a whole nother class. But like that's basically what you got to do to find a good look. So yeah, that is $25 unfilled. This one is $18 unfilled, and then you decide what you put in it. So that's a little about the compact and what we talked about. And then our best kept secret is our starter kit. Right now it's only $35 to start a Mary Kay business. With that eStart, it gives you a website for an entire year, the ability to process debit and credit cards if your customers want to pay that way. You also have to get a catalog and some samples. There's 2 main reasons I see a woman get an eStart. One of them is they're looking for a side hustle, something to work as little or as much as they want. That girlfriend time, the personal growth and development. And I've also seen women who just want their discount. They're like, 50% off sounds really good to me. We don't have any sales quotas. And so that is something I really love about this opportunity is you can take it as part-time or as full-time as you want. With when you purchase the 35 kit, you can add on the $45 sample kit where you get a lot more samples, or you can add on the $90 kit, which gives you $450 of full-size product, but you only pay $90. So it comes with our miracle set, our microdermabrasion, charcoal mask, ultimate mascara, our CC creams in every single shade. And yeah, so that's one of my favorites, plus that gorgeous bag. So those are completely optional. Within your first 15 days, you can add them on if you didn't start off with them. And then I always love to share when we do order, our minimum order is $225. So we get to hand select $450 retail, and we just pay half of that. And then we only have to order once a year to remain a consultant. So that is the 3 have to. So that's our best kept secret right there. So as we wrap up, I want to thank you so much for being on. We'll text you, or your consultant will text you the picture of the deals that we have going on in case you're wanting to order from her. I forgot to talk about the Princess, Queen, and Cadillac. Those are at the top. And if you haven't been on the class before, I'll just quickly review those. If you're getting multiple sets, maybe you're running low on skincare, or you're running low on things. When you get 4 sets, you can basically just pay $199, which gives you a savings of usually $15 to $30. And then you can get the travel roll-up bag, which helps you organize all your things. The Queen, you can pick any 6 sets on the page or anything worth up to about $315, $330, and you just pay $299. And the Cadillac, you can get anything up to, sorry, I'm kind of doing this up memory because my screen is so tiny on my screen. Anything up to like $415, $430, and just pay $399. So, and those also come with the travel roll-up bag. Okay. And Sarah says, right, you can fill it with your favorites. I know, love that. Yes, with the compact. So true. So true. Oh, and I love what Liesl says. Mary Kay's blush collection is the softest I've ever had. I love my set so much. I know it is. This set came out a couple years ago. I can't remember, maybe 5 years ago. And as soon as I tried it, I threw her other brush collection in the trash. I was like, boom. And I liked that brush collection too, but I was like, this is so soft and works so well with the product that I agree, Liesl. You said it perfectly. Okay. So I'm going to add this to the stage. Double check your name is on it. And I'll try and maybe make it, I don't know if that made it bigger, probably not. But make sure your name's on it. Now, if you are a consultant watching, we only have the guest on the wheel because we want them to be in the drawing for the giveaway tonight, because we already get 50% off, which is, we're already winning already. So, yeah, so just, I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds, double check. If you are a guest, meaning you do not own a beauty consultant or a starter kit. Yeah, that's the word. You're not a beauty consultant. Make sure you get your name in the chat so I can hurry and add you. So this is the giveaway, the blush, cream blush, and this goes well with so many different skin colors. So you can put on so simply. So thank you guys so much for being on. Next class, I'm teaching about your feet retreat, how to take good care of your body with our satin hands. It's not just for your hands. And I'll show you some fun tips and tricks for that. And then the week after that is our microdermabrasion and skin, our facial peel class. They're exfoliating products to help your skin look radiant. And then the class after that is our sneak peek into our new spring products. So that's going to be a blast. I'm so excited. I've already been demoing them and I love them so much already. So, okay. I think we've given people plenty of time to get their name on the wheel. I think we got everyone. So let's spin this and see who our lucky winner is. And it looks like it's Ruth. Yay, Ruth. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. I'm happy for you. So I'll get this in the mail. Writing it down right now. Winner, winner. And thank you guys so much for being on here and your support and your love. We appreciate it so much. Your beauty consultant appreciates it so much. And thank you to the consultants who are able to hop on and watch. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Lisa, is there a link that we can watch the YouTube video? Yes. Yep. There is. And I think I texted it to you right before this class. you can still watch that YouTube link. It will always be available. Oh, yay. That's so sweet, Rachel. And yeah, she's like, yay, thank you. I love that, Ruth. You're wonderful. You definitely deserve that. So well, have a wonderful night, everyone. Let me know if you have questions, and we'll be texting you. So your beauty consultant will be texting you the picture of the dills, and that way you can see it a little better. So have a fun rest of your night. We'll see you. Bye.